Hello everyone and welcome back with this new video. Today I'm happy to show the new Hivemapper Bee. This new dashcam is not only an upgrade compared to the old models, HDC or HDC-S, but through the LTE function, it becomes completely passive without the need to use the app. In this video, in addition to showing you the main info for the setup and also the Beekeeper mode, I will also show the rewards and therefore how much you can earn. So let's begin. First of all, what is Hivemapper? For those who don't know it, Hivemapper is the most important mapping project in the DePIN world and is built on Solana. With about 33% of the globe mapped, Hivemapper has the ambition to become the most important mapping company by managing to provide hyper-fresh data compared to giants like Google Maps. High-quality maps are crucial to the transportation and logistics industries, as well as real estate, utilities, and government. Analysts estimate the mapping industry has a market size of $200 billion to $300 billion, including mapping apps and APIs, geospatial analytics, GIS, and map data collection. But building accurate maps requires rich imagery, consistent data quality, and scalable coverage. So for this reason, Hivemapper introduced the Bee and represents the technological evolution of the old HDC and HDC-S models. Smartphones, ordinary dashcams, even high-end ADS camera modules in modern cars all have inherent problems with their map data, and positioning, in particular, is the Achilles heel of smartphones and ordinary dashcams. Bee fixes this and does it without additional roof-mounted hardware or monthly fees. This new dashcam is a dual-band L1/L5 GNSS positioning, with a way larger antenna than a smartphone can fit, stereo room, custom computer vision module, and if you want LTE connectivity for a completely passive experience. The Bee uses AI to detect objects too, but more importantly, it can position them well. Why does the Bee position map feature so well? The key is the stereo camera. By comparing those images, the Bee builds a depth map of every pixel. Combined with accurate GPS and IMU, the Bee doesn't just know its own location, it also knows where objects around it are. There are two models of the Bee, the Wi-Fi plus LTE version and the Wi-Fi only version. Currently only the Bee Wi-Fi plus LTE is available, while the Wi-Fi version will start production on May 28th, so it will be available in the next months. The difference for these two models is only that in Bee Wi-Fi plus LTE, you can insert a nano SIM, which must have a giga data plan, and it will allow you to have a completely passive experience through the Beekeeper function, which we will talk about shortly. And now let's talk about installing the Bee. The setup is very easy, and as a first step, power the Bee by inserting the USB-C cable. The cigarette lighter that comes with the kit is great and works perfectly to power the dashcam. But if by chance you don't want to use the cigarette lighter that comes with it, you have to make sure you power the Bee with at least 45 W of power. I have done several tests, and if the output power of the USB-C port isn't 45 W, the Bee will never turn on, and you will have this red flashing LED, which means it won't turn on. Therefore, make sure you use a very fast USB charging port, and at least from the tests I have done, it must be 45 W so the Bee will turn on and you will see the LEDs light up, which means it's operational. And since the Bee can also be used as a personal dashcam, in the other USB-C port, you can insert a USB stick and thus have a personal recording. Still talking about accessories, the only thing I didn't like inside the Bee package is the suction cup mount. I tried it for several days and it didn't give me a feeling of robustness and reliability. If you can, I recommend you buy another one, for example the small rig one, which is definitely better. You can find all the links in the video description. So once you have installed the Bee inside your vehicle, you can proceed with the setup via the Bee app that you can download from the Play Store and iOS. Connect to the dashcam Wi-Fi via the password Hivemapper and follow the various steps in the app, such as connecting the Solana wallet to be operational and upload via phone when you have finished mapping. If instead, you have inserted the SIM inside the Bee, then you can use the Beekeeper mode and have a passive experience without using the app. A free plan is available, and for the LTE connectivity of the SIM, the main carriers are available. You can check here those that Hivemapper recommends. In any case, after having inserted the SIM in your Bee, and you want to activate the Beekeeper function simply, having the Bee connected via Wi-Fi with the app open, go to Settings and click on Beekeeper On. Wait a few seconds. Also try closing and reopening the app, and you will automatically see a pop-up to add your Bee to your Beekeeper. Just enter your email, and if it's also your first time, it will allow you to create your account. If this pop-up does not arrive, it is most likely because your Bee isn't connected via LTE with the SIM inserted, and in this case, I recommend you check. Before inserting the SIM into your Bee, check that you have removed the SIM pin lock. For example, insert the SIM into a phone, and in Settings, remove the automatic pin lock. And secondly, if you don't receive the Beekeeper pop-up, it's very likely that your Bee is having problems connecting with the SIM you inserted. Therefore, to solve it, try going to the app settings and clicking on Debug. At this point, select APN and manually enter the APN that your SIM uses. Press Send and you are done. You should see a significant improvement, and then your Bee will connect via LTE. If by chance you do not see the debug function in the app settings, it's because it hasn't most likely been enabled for you. To resolve this, send an email to hi@hivemapper.com and ask, using your 3-word username, that the debug function be activated in the app so that you can manually enter the APN of your SIM. After you have activated the Beekeeper mode via the Bee's LTE function, you now also have a completely passive experience, and you no longer need to access the Bee app, but it does everything by itself, both for future updates and also for uploading your mapping. Access your Beekeeper Dashboard by going to trybeekeeper.ai and then log in by entering the email you entered during the steps in the Bee app, and you're done. At this point, you will see a simple console that shows you the status of your Bee, such as its real-time position, and also some images of what is being mapped. It's really a great tool, and if you have, for example, a fleet, it's fantastic. In the Beekeeper website, settings, remember to go to Settings and associate your Solana wallet, where you want to receive the weekly rewards for mapping via your Bee dashcams, and an update also for the consumption of Giga, since the Beekeeper function necessarily requires a SIM. For about 100 kilometers of mapping, I saw that the consumption is about 1 GB. So if you drive more than 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers a week, a monthly plan of 100 GB in the SIM is more than enough. For example, I'm using the virtual operator Optima and it works perfectly. And now, let's talk about rewards. The calculation of rewards in Hivemapper is really complicated because not only is it based on how many km or miles you travel during the week, but also on the freshness of the roads. If you travel on roads that aren't mapped or not recently updated, you will get more rewards than recently mapped roads. And then there are also the regions. These have a bonus multiplier that allow you to get more rewards if you map in that area, and the choice of the multiplier is made by the team based on the progress of the mapping in that area. The rewards of Bee compared to the old HDC or HDC-S models aren't greater, but you can get more rewards for two simple reasons. The Bee has better hardware not only in the camera, but also for the GPS that allows it to not have holes in the mapping, which can happen with the old models. And then the novelty is that the Bee can also map at night. So if you drive during the night and have good lighting with the Bee, you can earn rewards even with night mapping. Therefore, the calculation of the rewards isn't simple, but in simple words, the more you map different roads during the week, the more rewards you get. In these weeks that I'm mapping with the new Bee, I can tell you that the last week, where I drove about 2,500 kilometers doing both new roads and others already mapped, I earned 1230 honey tokens, an average of 0.5 honey token per kilometer, which with the current value of the price is about $30 per week and therefore more than $100 per month. The rewards arrive approximately every Thursday of the week. If you are interested in purchasing the Bee, I recommend you use official resellers such as FreshMiners. Compared to the official Hivemapper shop, delivery times are respected, and above all, the Bee is currently in stock, so if you buy now, it's shipped immediately. Shipping is global, and you can use the ILCAPAFOX4 coupon to get a €20 discount on your purchase. Both PayPal and crypto are available for payment. So in conclusion, the new Bee by Hivemapper is really a great miner. I recommend it not only for the quality of the dashcam, but also for the excellent mapping experience. If you buy the BLTE plus Wi-Fi and use a SIM, you can have a completely passive experience without using apps. You can get rewards, even with night mapping, and the Beekeeper function is really convenient for fleets. And if you drive a lot during the week, you can also get good monthly earnings. There is a lot of work from the Hivemapper team. You can also see it from the recent important partnerships such as TomTom and Lyft. And with this upgrade of Bee, I believe even more that Hivemapper can become a real competitor of Google Maps. I hope you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel to help me share more contents. Thanks and happy mining everyone!